Hey everyone, so it is a little more melted, so we thought we'd take a walk around and see what we can see and kind of talk about it as we go. Say hi.
Hi.
We have a few geese. We have some more there too. Let's do a video. So we are down at the other area of our property here, and looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a waterway, which we kind of knew was already here, but it goes all the way down to the end, down, all the way down there. But looks like it's quite wide, at least for during spring. But when we moved in here in August, this was pretty dry. Yeah.
There's reeds and stuff.
Yeah, there were reeds, but it was pretty dry on the top. Like, it was a little muddy in places, but that was it.
Yeah, it's a real kind of mud bowl right down in the extreme kind of southeast corner there.
Yeah.
Down there. So we knew that would get kind of swampy, but we weren't sure how high it would be in this area.
Yeah.
Pretty much right up to the fence line here for this pasture.
Yeah.
So here we are in the eastern pasture, just outside the paddocks around the barn. Another one of the low-lying areas. So we've had some thaws over the last couple of days, but well, it's been kind of cold for the last couple of days, so we've had some water build up, and it's all frozen again. But it's giving us a good idea on where the water's all running, and it's all kind of following along where we thought it was. And it's not, in this area, it's actually not as bad as we were worried about. I mean, I'm pretty sure it can get pretty high in a bad year. And over here, is the northeast pasture where we're going to be setting up our garden. Which is probably the pasture with still the most snow on it. Can't go anywhere on the Pike homestead without a cat escort. One or the other of the barn cats will always follow along with you once they notice you're out. And that over that way is the house. So here I am at the kind of extreme northeast corner of the property here, and this is the other low-lying area. If you remember from our video showing our kind of layout for the 3-acre kind of setup for garden and homestead and everything. This is the area that's kind of swampy. You can kind of see it. Got some ice and water in here. It's not too high considering, you know, the amount of runoff and melt we've had. I'm actually kind of happy it's not too high. So, and this again, like when we moved in August, this was very dry, but we could tell it was, you know, it's an area where there's a lot of water runoff. A lot of dead trees I gotta take out here, because none of these were alive at all. So, but yes, this will be part of the marshy areas of the property. And one of the reasons why, if we were going to put in another pond or a dugout, it would be probably in this area here. Just where it's kind of close to, you know, where the water table is. And be easy to kind of tap into that and have it fill. So yeah, it's actually looking pretty good. You know, we didn't get the cows in this particular field that much because all the fence, because all of this edge here is all kind of marshy. All the runoff and ditch water, like from the roads, heads down there, and all the fencing is kind of falling over, so they were getting out. So we didn't leave them in here too long. They still, you know, for the little they were on here, they still mowed it pretty flat. So that was good. But yeah, you can see all the reeds here in the corner. So these are all cattails when they're fully grown. And apparently there's a lot of stuff you can do with cattails, which is really good. You can make flour out of it and cook them up and everything. It's a lot of parts of, I can cut them up, and it's a lot like hearts of palm. So we'll be interested in exploring that this year as well, once we have some freshly growing. So yeah, this is going to be where all the work is happening this year. Yeah, so that's a quick look at our mostly melted homestead here. You know, for what we're really looking at here is, you know, it's our first year here, so we're really trying to do the observations. And specifically what I want to be looking at is where the water flows, because that's going to dictate a lot of decisions we make as far as gardens and their layouts and which direction I'm going to be forming the rows in and everything, right? So for water runoff and maintaining the soil. Well, we got a good idea. It seems to be pretty much what we thought. You know, because last year we didn't see a lot of water running. It was a very dry year here in Alberta. There was a drought, and there's now, you know, hay shortages and everything for animal feed in the area. So we're hoping, you know, this really late snow and everything, and the amount of snow we've had sitting on the ground, it all came down before really the first frost hit. So the ground really didn't get frozen. So we're hoping, you know, from what I'm hearing, that should be giving us lots of groundwater and kind of make up a bit for last year. Anyway, so thanks for coming along and taking a look around and see what we're seeing here on, you know, where we can actually see the ground again. It's actually a pretty cold day today, so Caroline had to take a small one in. It's minus 9 degrees Celsius here, whereas last week it was up to 10-12 degrees Celsius, so we had some really nice, you know, warmish days, like t-shirt weather almost. And now all of a sudden, you know, a week later we're hitting a freeze again here in the middle of April. But yeah, so we're going to be getting rolling soon on the big projects. You know, we've been keeping busy with some indoor stuff. Be sure to check out our Renovation Homestead channel. We've got some fun stuff going to be coming up there of what we've been working on for, you know, keeping the kids entertained through the long winters here, and see what we're kind of innovating down there. And so yeah, follow along there, and thanks for spending time with us here today. And yeah, have a good one.